Catherine in Portland, listening on X-Ray FM. Hey, Catherine, what's up?
Hi, Tom. I'm here to be the anti-Benjamin.
Thank you.
Because I think we're desperately in need. I'm also white. I'm a white woman who benefits from white privilege, and I can't take it anymore. So what I did was I joined an organization called Showing Up for Racial Justice.
Mm-hmm.
It's a national organization, and we do two things. We support the organizing of people of color. We try to be sincere, educated allies. And the other thing we do is we educate white people about white privilege. Excuse me. So people can check out showingupforracialjustice.org.
Okay.
And we encourage you to get organized, get involved, because you need to use your white privilege to dismantle this system that's killing our brothers and sisters.
Catherine,
it's just too much.
Since you're involved in directly educating white people about white privilege, let me hand the microphone to you for a moment. And I tried my explanation of my understanding of it. What do you say to well, not what do or would you say? Here, let me give you an opportunity. Speak to your white brothers and sisters. Tell them about white privilege.
Tom, I think you do a great job of that too. I think that the first thing that white people need to do is to attend a training to actually understand the history of racism locally where they live, and also just as a nation. Because without that kind of foundation of understanding the nature of the systemic racism in this country, I think it's hard to see how these shootings and just the way that people of color are treated every day. I think it's just hard to really understand unless you have that historic context.
Yeah.
But here in Oregon, for example, people of color were prohibited from owning property for a long time. A lot of redlining in different neighborhoods, and now people are being displaced from their historic neighborhoods because of gentrification. So we have the economic forces, we have institutions that are inherently biased against Black people and other people of color, and I think that just talking about that, unfortunately, we have too many opportunities, too many killings, and just too many acts of war against Black communities.
And and by the way, it's not just this. I mean, this is a real issue. But there's also over 100 SWAT raids a day in the United States where SWAT teams are busting in doors, in some cases just to serve warrants. And the mistake ratio on that, it's been at least a year or so since I did a show on this, so I don't remember the number right off the top of my head. But they are not 100% accurate. Every day in America, somebody's door is busted in who is absolutely innocent and has nothing to do with the crime. And we have so hyper-militarized our police, and we just kind of accept this, shut up, get on the ground, mentality, which doesn't, by and large, doesn't exist in most other developed countries. And I get it that the roots of much of this are in slavery, but it's also kind of an economic slavery. So
that's right. I think that the only thing holding up the United States empire is the military, and you and I both agree half of that money goes to contractors who are just robbing all of us taxpayers. But it's a cultural problem. But I think the number one thing for white people to do is educate themselves about the history of racism and be a real ally. Don't try to speak for people of color. Get behind organizations that are led by people of color. Donate your time behind the scenes. Donate your money and give whatever support you can. Show up at events. There's an event this evening. Don't Shoot Portland is organizing just to protest this injustice. Just literally stand with your brothers and sisters who are facing this kind of violence.
That's smart.
Show up. If you see a police officer trying to intimidate a person of color, stand there and watch and make known that they're being watched.
Stand there and video it. You know, pull out your cell phone and video that thing. Katherine, thank you for the call. Thanks for listening to X-Ray FM and for the great work that you're doing.
You're listening to the Thom Hartmann Program.
To watch more clips from our programs, hit the Watch More Videos button over here. And please be sure to hit the handy-dandy subscribe button so you'll always be up to date. Tag, you're it.